let's talk about the cultural importance of nose rings and why mine is getting bigger and bigger. So let me explain. I am a Pakistani female. My background is from the people of the Indus civilization. So that is a very, very old civilization that covers what is now known as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iran, Afghanistan, all the way down to Burma, the Indus civilization. And this is very, very cultural. Now, if you look back on the history of women from that part of the world, we have always adorned huge nose rings. Now, I have a soft spot for the Mughal Empire and for the Mughal princesses. And if you look at all of their paintings and the pictures of them, they always had huge, huge nose rings. Now, I got my nose pierced at the age of 16. My dad was totally against it. He was like, hell to the no, to the no. But I went to Southall and I got it done. In fact, I wanted to have it done on both sides, or two on one side. But the woman was like, nope, not doing that. Got it done. And for most of my teenage and early 20s, I wore a nose ring. I was like, yeah, I got the nose ring, nod to my Mughal ancestors, all of that. And then I remember when I started working and I was like, I need to tone this down a little bit. I'll just put a tiny little stud in there, just a little one. I don't want to, look unprofessional. So I spent years and years, most of my 20s and my 30s, wearing a tiny, tiny little nose stud. And then when I lived in Turkey, I decided to put the nose ring back in. Turkish people don't do nose rings. That's not a thing. It was just me. I decided to embrace my culture again. I felt more free. And it did get a lot of attention in Turkey. People were always talking about it. And since then, I've always worn a nose ring. And recently I was looking at like old pictures of that part of the world, all the way back from like post British India, Pakistan, to the Mughal Empire, to the Buddhist empires, to the Greek empires. Like I looked at everything and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get a bigger nose ring. I'm going to get one with a dangly bit and I'm going to do it. And I absolutely love it. I love it. I absolutely adore the way that it looks on my face. It makes me so proud of my culture, my history, who I am, the achievements that we've made, the sad stories that we have to tell. And it's so amazing that just a piece of jewelry can connect you so much to your people. And you know what makes me laugh even more is when oi Savaloys and Zionists, especially when they dox me online, try to talk about my nose and how it's big. This is a nose of a Mughal princess. This is a Punjabi nose. This is my heritage and my culture, and I draw even more attention to it because I am so, so proud of my history. In fact, I'm thinking about getting a little bit of a rounder, slightly bigger one. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is this too big? Shall I go bigger? What do you think? How do you feel about nose studs?